Hello, my name is Hanbin. Today I'm presenting our work Bringing Clip to the Clinic, Dynamic Self-Labels, and Negation-Aware Learning for Medical Analysis. In standard clip datasets, there's high diversity and rare negation, but in medical data like CXR, reports are repetitive, low in diversity, and often use clinically important negation, like no pneumothorax. This mismatch makes medical vision language learning especially challenging. In CLIP, each image report pair is positive, and others are treated as negatives. But in medical data, many reports are clinically identical, so this creates false negatives and confuses the model, making it harder to learn the true clinical meaning. Negation is common and clinically important in reports, but most models ignore it and lack benchmark to test for it. Adding negative reports as hard negatives just worsens semantic overlap, so negation needs more careful handling in medical vision language learning. To address these issues, our main contributions are dynamic sub-labels to handle semantic overlap, negation-aware training for better understanding of negative findings, and the CXR line benchmark to directly test model understanding of negation and omission. These advances help overcome key limitations of standard CLIP and move vision language models closer to clinical use. To address negation, we built a pipeline to create realistic hard negatives in the CXR line benchmark. We split reports into single entity sentences, remove a random finding, and add a negative sentence for that finding. This process is used both for training and for our test benchmark, allowing us to directly evaluate if models can truly distinguish original, omitted, and negative findings. To address semantic overlap, we use text similarity as a soft label. Instead of hard labels, we calculate similarity between captions, like with normalized birth embeddings, so the model can recognize when descriptions are semantically close. But using only text similarity has drawbacks. For example, it can rank clinically different reports as more similar than those that actually share the same findings. So text similarity alone doesn't always capture true clinical meaning. To address this, we add clinical labels from Shexpert and graph relationships from RADgraph. Combining these with sex similarity, our sub-labels reflect true clinical relationships and improve model learning. As I explained earlier, we first generate the negative report corresponding to the original report. So the part with the red rectangle is the original clip training with hard negatives. Note that the second equation sums up to B, not 2B, since we don't use hard negatives for the images. To generate salt labels, we align the graph encoder with the text encoder and compute similarities between report pairs. We then threshold these similarities so only clinically meaningful matches are used as sub-labels. Finally, we use these sub-labels in the KL loss instead of standard cross-entropy. This encourages the model to match the fully similarity distribution, not just single targets, helping it capture subtle and strong clinical similarities. This table compares our models to previous state-of-the-art on multiple benchmarks. Adding hard negatives alone doesn't clearly help, but when combined with dynamic sub-labels and clinical or graph similarities, our performance consistently improves across most datasets. We add 140,000 normal cases to simulate real-world imbalance. CLIP's performance drops, but our model stays robust, even improving with fine-tuning. This table shows adversarial classification, where the model must correctly identify both the presence and absence of findings. Most existing models barely beat chance, but our method achieves much better results, though there's still room for improvements. Here we evaluate I2T retrieval performance, where the goal is to match images to the correct reports. Our model consistently outperforms standard CLIP and other baselines, showing much better clinical alignment between medical images and their corresponding reports. This demonstrates that our approach not only improves classification, but also leads to stronger, clinically meaningful cross-model retrieval. Finally, we evaluate our model on the new CXR-aligned benchmark, which directly tests understanding of negation and clinically meaningful differences between reports. Our method achieves significant improvements over prior models, showing that it can correctly distinguish between original, negated, and omitted findings. Our strengths are effectively handling both semantic overlap and negation in medical reports, outperforming previous baselines on multiple clinical benchmarks. In our paper, we also introduced a new robust CXR-aligned benchmark. For the limitations, our current method focuses on single image, single report scenarios, and relies on existing annotation tools. Not all subtle or rare clinical findings are fully captured yet, like emphysema or hyperinflation. So for the future work, we plan to extend our approach to multi-image temporal analysis and to broaden clinical entity coverage, and further stabilize the training process using method and improved graph encoders. This is all, and thank you for your attention.